Seconds left. Granite City has climbed the mountain. A four-time NA3HL national champion and one of the most historic comebacks in Fraser Cup history.
That's right. For the fourth time, the Granite City Lumberjacks are your Fraser Cup champions, winning one of, if not the most thrilling games in NA3HL history. Good afternoon, I'm Vinny Paracelli. Welcome into the 3 Show. Let's not waste any more time. Let's recap the 2023 Fraser Cup. The fun got started on Wednesday as the Alexandria Blizzard defeated the Texas Brahmas by a score of 4-1. Ryan Hadlin, Wyatt Johnson, Cole Klingbeil, and Justin Kingery all scored in the victory. The nightcap of day one was a little more dramatic as the Oregon Tradesmen jumped out to a 2-0 first period lead, only to see the Helena Bighorns respond with two of their own in the second period. Bighorns took the lead in the third off a goal from Luke Corbin, but it was Parker Murn who found the back of the net with just under 2 minutes left to tie the game at 3 and force overtime. After a 10-minute scoreless period, we went to a shootout where the goalies put on a show. We needed 8 rounds before Ty Moore finally delivered the game winner, with Keaton French making the save on the other end to preserve the win. On day 2, the Blizzard continued their strong play with a 3-1 win over Granite City. Hadlin and Kingery each found the back of the net again while Joe Gronholz jumped in on the action. That would give Alexandria the first seed in Pool A and a spot in the semis. In the night game, a regulation win would secure a spot for Oregon in the semis as well. A loss, and they would be out. The Generals got on the board first with a shorthanded goal, but the Tradesmen found the answer in the opening minute of period 2. Henry Wilson would put Northeast back out in front, but Easton Simpson made sure the teams would be tied heading into the final frame. In the dying seconds of regulation, Matthew Shaw lets one go from the point. It gets by DeMartin McCoy, and the Tradesmen get the win in regulation that they needed, meaning they would be moving on. On essentially quarterfinal Friday, Granite City demolished the Brahmas 6-1 in the opening game. 6 different Lumberjacks got on the board in this one. It was all Granite in the second period. The Lumberjacks win earns them the other semifinal spot out of Pool A. Unfortunately, that brought the Texas Brahmas season to an end. In the final pool play game, the winner was moving on. The Bighorns jumped out to a 3-0 lead that would set them up quite well. The Generals got a beautiful goal from Sean Gorman, but that's as close as they would get as the Bighorns add another in the third, take this one 4-1, and advance to the top seed in Pool B. Semifinals Saturday, Oregon taking on Alexandria in the opening game. Early in the first period, bang, bang from Alexandria as Hayden DeMars and Hadlin find the back of the net just about 90 seconds apart. After the break, Oregon would have the answers. Blake Stafford scores less than a minute into the period to make it 2-1. Dylan Schmidt would light the lamp just 8 minutes later as his goal would tie the game at 2 goals apiece. Toward the end of the period, Calvin Knight would find some space and bury what would be the eventual game winner as the Blizzard beat the Tradesmen 3-2 and advanced to their first ever Fraser Cup championship game. After a scoreless first in our second semifinal, Tyler Aldridge puts the Bighorns on the board against Granite City to give them the lead, but the Jacks have the answers. Tanner Brower scores 59 seconds later to knot the game at 1. AJ Schemenauer would net his first of the weekend later in the second to give the Lumberjacks their first lead of the contest. Early in the third, it would be Ty Moore putting home the goal as the Bighorns tie the game at 2. Then about midway through the final frame, it's Brower again getting on the score sheet in a mad scramble in front. Then Paul Huglin would seal the Jacks' ticket to the title game with a goal to put this one out of reach. 4-2 your final score, setting up Granite City and Alexandria in the Fraser Cup final. Championship Sunday, 1 game, winner take all. It would take us until the midway point of the first to get our first goal, and what a goal it was. Watch this tip from Michael DeBrito. What a play. 30 seconds later, Matt McIntyre, top shelf, glove side, 2-0 Blizzard. About 90 seconds later, Karsten Senden up high, blocker side. It's an avalanche, 3-0 Blizzard. It's deja vu all over again for Granite City because of what happened last year, but the Jacks don't quit. Hayden Johnson finally gets his club on the board heading into the break. However, just 33 seconds into the second period, Alexandria nets a power play goal with McIntyre, his second of the game, 4-1 the score. Then a bit of life as Tucker Skimes converts on a turnover in front. All of a sudden, it's 4-2. DeMars would score later in the period, and that would be the end of the night for Ryan Lahette. He's replaced by Paul Casson. Then the game started to change, 5-2. Last minute of the second period, Granite City on the power play. Lincoln Bielenberg Howard has a wide open net. He knows what it takes. He gets it done. 2-goal game heading into the third. Final frame, about 9 minutes left. Tanner Brower again with a tip-in goal, and it's now 5-4. Final minutes, we're getting close to pulling the keeper time. It's Brett Robinson. He puts a puck toward the net and finds Zach Kennett's stick, and with 2:47 to go, we are tied at 5. Closing seconds of regulation. Let's take a listen to the call.
Is there a superhero in the final 15 seconds? Puck's down low. Van Zylen back out in front. Bielenberg looking to make it 2 in a row. Right side. They score! City completes the comeback. They lead 6-5 with 9.2 to go.
Carson Van Zylen, 9.2 seconds left. Are you kidding me? What an unreal way for this game to end. The Jacks overcome a 3-goal deficit to win their 4th Fraser Cup championship. Maybe the best NA3HL game of all time given the stakes. What a game, what a finish. It had everything. Congratulations once again to Granite City on their Fraser Cup championship. Next week here on the 3 Show, we come back with all the advancement news and commitment news. But for now, we're going to let Granite City enjoy that Fraser Cup championship. So, until next week, I'm Vinny Paracelli. Thanks for tuning in to the 3 Show, everyone.